This is another view of Billionaires Row, and that's the famous 157 on 57th Street. And this building right here is going to be the Nordstrom Tower. It's going to be one of the taller buildings on the East Coast. You can see already it's going to be very, very tall. It's just a beautiful construction job. And there's quite a few other buildings going up on 57th Street. It's very, very impressive seeing everything that's taking place here. Another building we can just make out is going to be 220 Central Park West. You can see it right there. The person who actually runs Vornado Real Estate is personally interviewing each and every condominium buyer for that building, 220 Central Park South. That's going to be a beautiful building. And he knows it, and I guess it's his crowning glory. You know, he's already in his 70s, and the name of the person is Stephen Roth, but he's done a tremendous job with Vornado, and he wants to make sure his crowning glory, that building, is very well done. This is another view looking from west to east on 57th Street, and this is just to give people perspective of what 57th Street is like and all the buildings around it. You can see here these buildings, and looking south on Broadway. You know, it's a beautiful street, very centrally located, ideal for those who have everything. Here's another view of 220 Central Park South. This is looking at it from the 58th Street side. You can see how amazing the building is. Just seems to go up forever. There's a lot of change going on around here. Many of the places, the retail shops that are around here are closing down because the owners of the buildings want to make way for much more expensive retail space and retail stores. And it will be much more expensive because you're having a huge tower being developed on 58th Street and on 57th Street. Now, here's another view of the Nordstrom Tower. The first 7 floors of that tower that we see in the distance are going to be the Nordstrom building or Nordstrom store. They've basically made that into a condominium for themselves so that they are the owners. But it's going to be a beautiful building, and it's going to be extremely tall. But it's going to be one of the buildings that are going to be very nice in New York. You can see here all the work that's being put into it already. It's been going on. The work here has been going on for over a year already. And here is another view of 220 Central Park South. Just imagine how inspiring it's going to be if you have one of the condominiums facing Central Park. Of course, it's probably going to be very, very expensive. But people want it. It's going to be a lifetime achievement. Usually the people who are going to have those apartments obviously are going to have already made it in life. You know, so they're not going to be your young 20-year-old couple, but they'll be a couple who just wants to have something for their crowning achievement. And here, another great look at how the construction for 220 Central Park South is going. Isn't it amazing just looking at this construction and seeing how it's all done? Stephen Roth of Vornado Real Estate, you're a great man for being able to do this and to be able to accomplish this. It's a great achievement on your part. So you're very lucky to have done this and to have put one more building into the wall of New York to make it even a more beautiful city. And this is the beautiful front entrance of 220 Central Park South. Imagine walking in every day to this beautiful entryway. It's going to be a sight to behold once it is done.